I think historically and even oftentimes today, that advertising and marketing worlds live in their own swim lanes, if you could call it that. And I think that's happened organically. What's happening now, though, I think, is that's starting to come apart a little bit because consumers are so smart and have so many demands and expect so much from the companies they do business with that having siloed customer engagement starts to backfire after a certain point. Consumers want a single experience with a brand. They want it to be relevant. They want it to be on every device. And if you do your marketing in silos, it's very hard to deliver that kind of cohesive, longitudinal customer experience. So that's really motivating brands, agencies, and technology providers to think about how do we start bringing the customer experience back together from a practice standpoint. And so really thinking about what that means for the technologies, for the data, for the people, and the processes. It also dovetails into the idea that managing marketing today is incredibly complicated, complex, and expensive.
Yeah, we see a lot of that in the wrestle between the CIO and CMO and the dynamics in which they look at data. CIO wants to house data canonically. They want it. CMO wants to use data for business output, and getting those systems all into one place is a challenge. Do you see any variation in how the CMO is approaching this problem? Is the pressure on understanding a global ecosystem of marketing, whether it's acquisition or retention, coming from the CEO, the CMO, the CIO, or the consumer and their expectations on the brand?
I think the majority of it is outward in. I think companies who are really thinking about their customers, making their customers happy, are getting external pressure from those sophisticated, demanding, empowered, even entitled consumers who want great experiences. And it's so competitive today, in business that, it's going to be a huge advantage to the brands that can deliver those experiences.
A lot of visionary C-level executives say, well, it's time to change. And I get that. They want to leave their legacy. CMOs have a short tenure in comparison to other C-level executives, and so they want to get to getting. The challenge is that it's a crawl, walk, run methodology to get there. Starting with crawling, I think we've seen that organizations can work in ad tech and martech systems, although they're decoupled.
I think that certainly technology is a very big part of this, and it's very important. And being a marketer today, part and parcel of being a marketer today is being a technologist, right? It's not optional to be technology fluent and have that martech stack. But just bringing tools together is not like the easy button for making this all happen. Having the right kind of marketing planning to be agile enough, right, to be in all the right channels, to have the right kind of reach. Having consistency and having marketing involved in broader customer experience. And I think a lot of times marketing has one of the strongest understandings of the customer. They're leading the charge in most organizations on personalization and marketing in moments. Giving them the purview to work with every part of the company that engages with the customer. Then you get into kind of the walk where you were starting to talk about, and I think that comes down to the data. I think really data and identity are going to be the proxy for technology integration. We're still going to have a variety of specialty tools, but the way to bind them together and with a broader customer experience stack is through the data. And that's where it really starts getting interesting and very powerful. And I think that's the walking phase. When you start getting into running, then you have, I think, a single place where you understand the customer. You have insights, that run throughout the customer experience, and really cohesive personalization and customer engagement and content management across the entire enterprise.